Huge night for Chelsea tonight in the Champions League semi-final, second leg against Real Madrid. Win this game, or at least get themselves through. They are into the final of the Champions League where Manchester City await. Let's get more on this. Former Blues defender and also Sports Bar presenter Jason Cundy is joining us now. Good morning, Jace.
Morning, Jace.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
We're
Great,
doing excellent. Jace, we've had the Manchester City fans on all morning. They're delighted. They're thrilled. Yeah. But they don't want to play Chelsea, mate. They're running scared of Chelsea. Is that how you see it?
I'm not sure they're running scared, Ali. But look, I thought they're excellent. After the first 15 minutes, thoroughly deserved it over the two legs. They had a bit of a slow start in the first leg. I thought that PSG dominated possession. I think it surprised them a little bit. Pep moved them, 15, 30 yards higher up the pitch, second half of the first leg, and thoroughly deserved it. Outstanding performance. So, yeah, look, we know if we get there, we're going to be underdogs, but that's fine. We're underdogs. We won it in 12.
And how are you going to get there? Because I was reading Thomas Tuchel's comments about how to win this game tonight, and he's like, forget the first leg results. Not about that. It's about tonight.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, since he's come in, he's been brilliant, Tuchel. He's got 17 clean sheets out of 23 games. Very difficult to break us down. We're very disciplined, incredibly organised. He's getting performances out of players like Tony Rudiger that I've not seen before in a blue shirt. We don't score many, we don't concede many. So I think he'll go into it pretty much the same way as he did the first leg. I think it'll be the same team. We've got our noses in front, but only to aware that they can cause us problems with the likes of Benzema and, of course, Sergio Ramos at set pieces and so on. So this is going to be a game where I think it's going to be very tight as the first leg was. I don't expect it to change a great deal, Woodsy, to be honest. We were the better side in that first half. They did play three at the back, which they didn't look comfortable with all evening. I expect them to go back to a 4. I'm under no illusions how tough this is going to be. We've got our noses in front, and that is just it. But I expect him to be very similar, to be honest.
I'm looking at it, I've got to say, Jace, and I thought Chelsea, first half over in Spain, were brilliant. I really thought they were brilliant. But I'm looking, and we're listening to Thomas Tuchel there, and you touched on it. He will be a massive influence, Ramos, if he can get back in that side. Yep. Is that fair? Yep.
Absolutely, he's a warrior, isn't he? I mean, I looked at Diaz last night, and there were shades of that Ramos kind of performance. You know, he's that same sort of all action leader of a defender, and I saw that kind of performance last night from him. And Sergio Ramos brings a huge amount of experience to the table as well. There's no Varane, from what I can gather. That is a disappointment for them, but he replaces what Varane does and some. So yeah, look, I don't doubt that for 1 second that he is going to be a massive influence both in the dressing room and on that pitch. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll have to deal with it.
I want to ask you a question, if I may, Jason. It might be a kind of strange question. You look at the quality, and the goal last week, obviously from Benzema, was absolutely outstanding. Is he kind of underrated a little bit in terms of top class European strikers in the Champions League?
I wouldn't say he's underrated, Ali, but I know what you mean. When you talk about top-class strikers in the world, he tends not to come up in conversation, does he? There are plenty of other names that rattle off the tongue before he does, but you just saw the goal. You guys would experience something similar when the ball comes across. To control that ball with your head first and have the agility, know-how to finish it, because that was a difficult chance. And it was the first touch and then awareness and then the finish. He's been doing it for years. He's led the line at a club like Real Madrid. You don't do that for the length of time that he's done it and won the amount of Champions Leagues that he's won if you're not top drawer. Is he at the peak of his powers? No, but does he still have a huge influence? Without question.
What do you think about Thomas Tuchel as a manager and what he's done with Chelsea since he's come in?
It's been remarkable, was he? We were going nowhere fast under Frank. I felt for Frank some of the performances had dropped off. We were conceding too many goals. We looked vulnerable. I think he's gone into Chelsea and worked out that actually going forward, we have a huge amount of talent. We got from our midfield going forward, but we don't have a recognised number 1, number 9. Giroud is that, or was that type of player, but he's not as mobile. So he's going to go with Werner tonight. It depends whether he plays Pulisic with Mount. Mount will start. I'm sure Werner will, because we're a better side in it. And I think what he's done is recognised that we defensively had to tighten up. And what's impressed me the most is the fact that he has gone in and implemented exactly what he wants as quickly as he has. We're so difficult to break down. We are very a pragmatic side under Tuchel, but clean sheets gets you to this stage of a Champions League because you're difficult to beat. One goal can win you a game. And we've shown that many, many times. And going into the game against City, that'll be a tough game for City because we're a tough side to beat, as they found out in the semi-final of the FA Cup. When Real Madrid found out, we are a tough side to break. break down, and he has really got that message over. Not just the back three, not just the back five, but as a unit, really tough to break down.
Jason, as I was going to ask you, mate, I mean, brilliant result as it was for Chelsea over Madrid, no getting away from it, but they're now in a kind of bizarre situation where if they keep a clean sheet, they're through, right? But at the same time, there's no way you can sit back and try and keep a clean sheet against Real Madrid.
No, I don't think he'll do that, Ali. I think he'll play the way he's played a lot of his games. Defensively solid. Can we catch them? Because we've got a lot of pace up top. You know, we've got Werner's pace, Pulisic if he starts, Mount. You know, there's a lot going on up there. So I think that he will play exactly the same way as he has played pretty much since he arrived. He loves possession, likes to keep the ball, build from the back, bring Real Madrid onto us if that's possible. Jorginho is absolutely crucial in that role, who will play alongside N'Golo Kante, I'm sure, tonight. So we've got a little bit of nice balance in there. You know, Cover normally plays in there, but he's got a hammy. But yeah, look, I expect him to. I know what you mean. It's tough, isn't it? Because we've got our noses in front, and that's all we have at the moment. Yep. One goal changes everything.
Also, I mean, Eden Hazard will be coming back. He's had a bit of a rotten time since going to Real Madrid, in and out of the squad with injuries and all sorts of things. For you, seeing him back at the Bridge, I don't know, how does it make you feel when he comes back?
Oh, listen, he's loved by the Chelsea fans. We realised that he wanted to move on, you know, and he's gone to one of the biggest clubs in world football. That's absolutely fine. He served us very well. He was brilliant for us. Yeah, I feel for him because his time at Real Madrid has been hampered by injuries. Hasn't really been able to get going. I don't know whether he's fit enough to start. I know he started at the weekend. From what I can gather, wasn't as sharp as he would have liked. He's missed a lot of football, huge amounts of football. But look, every Chelsea fan's fears that it may be one of those nights that Eden Hazard turns it on, because if he does, he's a handful.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this one. Manchester City waiting in the final, of course. Some City fans saying that they'd rather play Real Madrid than play Chelsea, which I suppose is a compliment to Chelsea, really, isn't it? Because of what happened in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah, City will beat Real Madrid. Make no mistake about that, because they are not the Real Madrid of old. Chelsea showed that in the first leg. Ali's made the point. We were excellent. We were wasteful. We didn't have that many clear-cut chances. Werner missed a sitter. Yeah. But we were wasteful in possession, where moments where that final pass, that final decision wasn't on point. And I felt that we should really... It felt a bit of we could have lost a chance there to really grab this game by the scruff of the neck. Anyway, it didn't happen, but look, I'm not talking about City right now. We've got to get past a huge mountain called Real Madrid tonight. Also, I mean, when you look at the table at the moment, we've been doing this the last few weeks. Obviously, Jace, you know what it's like, predicting who's going to finish in the top four, if anything's going to change. When you look at that top four and how they are at the moment, Ali reckons actually that Chelsea might bunny hop Leicester and finish. I'm sure, or was that Darren Bent? I think it might have been Darren Bent, actually. Yeah. What do you think? How do you think it's going to finish up? Really tough one, because even though, again, we've got our noses in front, it's a slender lead. You look at how West Ham are playing. Okay, they had a bit of a slip up against us in Newcastle, but they showed again midweek what a good side they are. They will pick up a lot of points, I feel, between now and then. Leicester's the side. We still got to play Leicester. It's in our own hands. You know, for 4 games to go, I don't think you can ask too much with it just being in our own hands. When we're in control of our own destiny, we can even afford to lose a game because we've got a goal difference is superior to West Ham. But yeah, we've got Leicester still to come to Stamford Bridge. That'll be a massive game. It's tough to call that one, Woodsy. It really is. All 3 teams, and Spurs are in the hunt, although they might have a bit too much to do. But at this stage, bearing in mind where we were when Tuchel took over and where we are now, FA Cup final, 4th place, semi-final of the Champions League. It's been a remarkable turnaround, and look, we don't lose many games. We're going to be tough to overtake, but West Ham are the fly in the ointment right now.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.